What's up, you guys? This is Courtney Johnson.
And I'm Mac, right?
So we got a couple questions to ask you guys, and honestly, it's about sex. So you know what?
Let me ask you this.
Roxy's gorgeous. Take it to the hair.
I don't even know. It's not a bad turn. No, you're supposed to say.
When it comes to sex, and honestly, we're young millennials, sex is something that's always on our mind. So that's why we wanted to bring some attention to this topic. But in all honesty, we really want to know, what are the rules of sex?
Are there even rules, as you say, about sex? Like,
hell freaking yeah, motherfucking break it down.
Okay.
Let's talk about sex, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about bubbles in the tub. Let's talk about making love.
Alright, so what are your rules of sex?
Okay, so, alright. The first rule, when I think of, okay, my rule when I'm about to go to a guy's house and I'm about to get it in, the first thing I think about, because I know it's a rule for me, I need to make sure that I'm fucking waxed.
So you saying every single time you have sex, you're talking about you clean as a whistle?
It might be a little prickly. Is that
Prickly? Are we talking about prickly or bush? Because if you're a real, I wouldn't use that word on TV, but if you're a real man, you don't care if it got a little bit of hair. You gonna eat if it's time to eat.
But I want to make sure if I'm gonna feed you, I'm gonna feed you right.
Okay, Cardi C, have a seat.
Cardi C.
Anyway, alright, one of my rules during sex is very simple. I believe in a 3-strike policy. Like, that's very simple, 3 strikes. That means that, hey, I have 3 chances to get this right. You know, you can study all night for a test and come in that day and fail. I think that I deserve 3 shots to please someone before it counts as like an L. Like, I'm not just taking no L's on my resume. Like, I need 3 shots to take it. You don't believe in that?
No, I don't agree, because let me tell you this. If I'm making sure that all my shit's together, if I'm making sure I'm waxed, I'm making sure I'm smelling right, if I'm making sure that my mind's right, meaning I didn't watch a couple of pornos, so I'm about to lay it down.
But are you really fucking like a porn star? I've heard about you. Let's not go that far.
Who you heard? You know what? Alright. So if I'm making sure that I'm doing all these things to make sure that my first time doing, because it's about impressions, right? Like, I want to make sure that he wants to come back. I want to make sure that I put it down so bomb that he's thinking about it when I leave and when we finish. So if I'm doing all of this preparation, I think that you should be doing this preparation too.
I think the only thing people are thinking about is when you are going to leave and when are you finished. I don't think it's like about your review or anything. This is not Yelp. Nobody's leaving you like reviews.
I'm gonna deny that, because the group chats that I'm in, we definitely.
So y'all just over here talking about guys behind their back?
Let's go to rule number 3.
Okay, what's rule number 3?
I think that we should be swallowing.
I'm not gonna argue that that is not a rule, but I will say that it's not mandatory. I don't really care if you swallow or not. At the end of the day, as long as I don't have to see it, it's just like if you're spitting in public. If you're spitting bodily fluids, or you're spitting spit, which is still counts as bodily fluid, I think it should be done in discretion, meaning that if I don't see it, I don't care, you know. But also, that goes back to our 3-strike rule. If in that time you decided to spit in my shit, decided to say, you know what, bro, we tired, you know, it's time for a nap, yo bad, not mine.
Okay, so that's all fine and dandy. My only big thing when it comes to swallowing, fellas, let's make sure you're eating your veggies and you're drinking water. Because the last thing that we want to fucking taste is acid battery nut. And that's a real life thing.
What's acid battery nut?
Acid battery nut is, you know, noun, you know, colon, you know, let's really break it down, dictionary.com.
Let's make sure that you have your grammar correct before you start adding random ass punctuation.
Listen, acid battery nut is nut from a guy who was drinking Hennessy and eating McDonald's from the whole day at a day party, and then comes home at night wanting to get some head, and then he gives the head and he ejaculates, and it's just fucking burning your fucking throat, and you're dying a slow fucking death because you're no punk. Mama didn't raise no punk, so you gonna take it. You gonna really shove it down. Okay, sorry.
First off, figure out if mama raised a punk or a fool, because I saw where you were going there. And second off, that's your decision. That is your discretion if you want to swallow it or not. If you decide to let me ejaculate in your mouth, yes, we're using like actual terms, ejaculate. If you let me bust in your mouth, you gotta
all
take
I'm
whatever.
asking is if you're gonna bust, just make sure that it tastes good. When you guys eat us out, you guys definitely want us to taste good, smell good, and all those things. So we're asking the same thing. Provide us with quality nut.
That brings me to my fourth, I guess, I don't know where we lost count a long time ago, rules. What are turn offs during sex? Because for me, smell is a turn off, and I think every guy would agree. If there is a little, if I feel like the Dwayne Johnson when I walk in the room, it's time to go, because you gonna get a rock bottom and I'm gonna leave.
Wait, so it's like if you smell what the rock is cooking type smell? Like...
I'm mad it took you that long to understand that reference, but absolutely, yes.
Okay, you know what, that's fair enough. I think that every woman, if you know that you're about to get some, and honestly you need to be prepared for those surprise sessions where you just kicking in, you're not going in there thinking you're gonna have sex when something happens. You should always, cleanliness is a must. So you know what, that's for sure a good rule to have. But I'm gonna say a turn off for me is, I really think that, like, I'm sorry, maybe this is subjective, but I can't stand small penises.
First and foremost, I'm not saying I have a small penis, let's get that out there, but I don't think it has to do with the size of the boat, but the motion in the ocean.
I'm sorry.
And, my guys understand that, right?
Pinky penises?
No one said anything about pinky, that's just disturbing. And
pinky penises.
I don't know anything about that. Don't ever experience that in my life.
Unfortunately, I have, and it was a huge turn off, and you know, I immediately lied and I got out of that sex session. You know, oh my stomach.
You did not quit sex in the middle of sex because of his dick size.
Oh no, I'm tired. Oh, I'm so fatigued.
Alright, shut up. Fifth and final rule that we're gonna go to before we get into the meat of everything is giving head mandatory. For me, I'm not gonna lie, I enjoy eating the box. That helps me get the motion to get going. But is it mandatory? Do you gotta reciprocate? Do both parties gotta do it? Do one person gotta do it? Or are we just getting straight into the action?
You know, for me, it's not a deal breaker. If I get head, if I don't get head, I'm still want to have sex. It's not a deal breaker, but I do like receiving head. But it's not something that I'm like, if he doesn't do it, I'm like, oh, it's a problem. For most women though, they really sit back and say, no, I need your entire in-between. I'm not gonna lie. You wanna go get, just go.
Yeah.
One eternity later.
Well, while Matt takes that phone call, how about we go to the street so we can ask the people what the rules of sex are.
Sex with me so amazing.
So let me ask you some questions about sex. First question, what is your first rule of sex?
You gotta lick it before you stick it.
Woo! You gotta lick it before you stick it?
Clean pussy.
Okay.
Everything got to be clean.
What is your go-to turn on for sex? Like, what is necessary for you to get right?
I need some.
Wait, no, go for it. What you got?
Neck kissing.
Neck kissing, that's off top? Everybody? You got
I like nipple sucking.
She said nipple sucking. Like,
My
you got
ear.
Alright.
My toes. My toes.
So you got, wait, everybody got some toes. How your toes look, first and foremost?
My toes are pretty.
She was a little chip right there.
Okay.
Alright.
So, I'm not really a firm believer of the 3-strike rule, but do you believe in that? Meaning, let's say for instance, you get 3 times to make an impression on sex, or do you feel like that first time you gotta go hard or go home?
No, the 3-strike rule, no, because after the first time, if it's like the vibe ain't there, you know how like the vibe is not there, you just feel like it's just 2 random people. If it feel like that, it ain't gonna be no second and third time. But like, you know, if the vibe is all right and the sex is just like,
You can work on it.
like I'm like, but I'm cool, but to be cool, I'm like, all right, let me just see it again just to make sure I wasn't tripping.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Then it comes
So,
back.
what are some things that turn you on?
SoundCloud rappers.
Wait, what?
SoundCloud rappers.
Okay, that's different. I haven't experienced.
She said what?
SoundCloud rappers.
SoundCloud rappers turn you on.
Wow. Okay, give me an example of a SoundCloud rapper that turns you on.
Winter time and chill Sammy.
In regards to sex, are you running red lights?
Whoa. Absolutely. I mean, why not? Yes. You know, it's a natural part of the woman's cycle why would I, you know, change how I feel about her? You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so it doesn't matter what day of the time of the month it is. Okay, what day are you preferably looking at?
Towards the end of the cycle.
Okay.
So I'm gonna break you out of your shyness right now. Are you saying daddy during sex?
Yes, but in Spanish.
Ooh, let me hear it.
Papi.
Question. So is head mandatory when it comes to having sex?
Yeah. Fuck yeah. Yes, I agree with that.
All right. How long have you guys been together?
Maybe 2 years. Yeah,
2 years. All right. So is foreplay a necessary thing in your relationship?
Depends on how much time we have. And then,
Okay.
or if you really want to get into it, like, oh, it's all night. We'll take our time.
Okay.
It's a little frisky.
Dragging me 2 years.
All right. No problem.
I like it a lot better when we get foreplay.
Okay.
A lot better.
Y'all only been together for 2 years, so I'm talking about the time before y'all were together. Is oral sex mandatory? Like, do you need it? Is it necessary, or how you feel about it?
I like to get it. I try to get it every time. So.
Every time? What about you?
That's how I feel.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Fair enough. Next question. What's your go-to position? What is going?
I'm from the back.
Oh, from the back? You like the doggy style?
I like reverse cowgirl.
Reverse cowgirl. So, I mean, she's putting in work. She's going the distance, guys. All right. What about you? What you got?
What's the one where I lay down on my stomach and then you kind of just get in from the back? What's that?
But like,
called?
what you laying down? The lazy hitting it from the back. That's your shit. What you say? You saying what?
I like when my legs is like over my head, like, and it's just like straight. I don't know how to explain it.
And I love that she added the sound effects.
I need that.
Please, let's hope the sound effects got recorded. I told you that smell matters. Hashtag all smell matters. It's very important that you keep your box smelling fresh. Ain't nobody trying to walk into a room and then it's smelling like fish. I mean, I'm not saying it gotta smell like flowers, but no smell is better than any smell, right?
Okay, that's fine. Okay. Smells matter, but what the people really were talking about was this whole running red light notion. Like, can we go over that, please?
Okay, I'm from California where if I see a stop sign, I don't stop. I keep rolling. A period don't stop nothing but a sentence.
You're not gonna do my state and just generalize this. We definitely stop. If any cops are watching this, we definitely stop at all stop signs. But go ahead.
That's why my driver record look like what it is. Also, we decided that, hey, swallowing is up to the viewer or the person of choice. You know, hey, it doesn't really matter to anybody. I mean, of course, it's always happily implied, but you ain't got to swallow.
I mean, yeah, but then we also seen that people are really out here getting noisy during sex too. Like, it's okay to say daddy and, you know what, zaddy.
And Poppy, apparently.
Ooh.
She definitely said
Poppy. And I was like, okay, Poppy, chill. I wish I could talk in Spanish.
But please don't try again. Move it on. Keep it going. Keep the conversation.
I mean, you know, I think the whole running the red light notion is cool and all, but from a girl's perspective, like, don't get me wrong, if I come home and I'm literally like in that mood and it's that time of the month, like, if my dude is with it, does that make me a bad person to be kind of like, I'm with the shits too?
We heard the tricks of the trade. Always have the lights off and a towel down.
Ew.
Alright, so just wrapping up, thank you guys for tuning in to Let Me Ask You This, and my final questions are going to be in that comment section. Go ahead and leave something down there below for us. If you have anything you want to say, anything you want to ask, anything you want us to feature on the next episode, leave us a note. Like, we'll answer it, we'll try, I guess. Of course, not really good at reading. It just kind of works like that.
Wow. Thank you so much. Well, you know what, like he said, leave a comment below and let us know, and definitely, and also too, follow us on Instagram at Let Me Ask You, not the word you, but the letter U. This.
Oh, that's about the letter U.
On Instagram and on Twitter. Please let us know, follow us, shout us out. You guys definitely want to keep going and keeping this content pushing for you. All right.
Jesus.
Thank God there's no car right.
Could you imagine she has that right into a car?
Did you get it? You freak accident.
I'd be like this. Damn.
I got it, man.
That'd be cool, but I'd have to find another cause. I actually think I could do the show by myself.